Welcome back to the Final Approach episode 3. Last time we didn't kill Val, we didn't kill Jeb, we didn't get to orbit though. We did a suborbital hop. We're going to try and go and do an orbit now. We're just looking at science. We got a big chunk of science from the last two missions because we got science from suborbital hops and outside the atmosphere and upper atmosphere and things like that. So I think we're going to get the some of these techs. We're going to get some stuff. I would like bigger. So the big thing is because we have a limited size of VAB. Actually, struts. Struts could be useful. So could launch clamps. Have I got enough for both? Yes, I do. But I could also get some solar cells and things like that. Can I get solar cells? That's a solar cell. I think we're going to be alright for one orbit with this craft as long as I don't do too much. So I think we'll go for that, and we're going to get the electronics next flight potentially. And I've probably messed up by doing that because I'm going to somehow get a lot of science from stuff. Right, we've got a big chunk of money as well. So what does this allow us to do? We can perform EVAs with this. I want EVAs. I'm done with the not having EVAs. And the tracking station upgrade would allow us to see-patch conics. Do I do an unpatched conics flight? No, let's just do it. Right. Let's look at our craft. We want to go to orbit. And that's plain and simply it. So let's have a look. First of all, get rid of that bit. Get rid of that. Do I want all of this equipment? Oh, I might as well. We want all the parachutes and stuff. What we do need is we need a heat shield just in case. There we go. Wonderful. So there we go. We're going to put this on here. Actually, you know what? We're not putting it there. We're going to put it there. That looks terrible. How does that look so bad? How does that look so bad? And that looks bad as well. You know what? The one thing that annoys me about this is the looking bad on the whole heat shields. I just don't think they look good. They just don't seem to fit. I mean, I know they go over the sides and stuff and protect and whatnot. We're actually going to move these because they are pretty much going to burn off, I think. Just going to pop you up a little bit, the cheaty sort of special moves there. Pop that into there. So we're still attempting to actually get these things to do their mission, which we may achieve this time, we're not sure. So, I want to get to orbit. How am I going to achieve that? First of all, we're going to get rid of all of, we're going to get rid of that. Because have we got new fuel tanks? We've got bigger fuel tanks. Yes, there we go. Right. We'll go for that style again. So we're going to go a couple of those, 2, 3, 4 of them. And we're going to stick a swivel underneath it, like so. That gives us a good chunk of delta V. I've got a Terrier. You know what? Get rid of that. We're putting a Terrier on. Put Terrier there. Give me a fuel tank. Just a little one. Don't need much. I'm sure Terriers are good in space. Can I change my design? I quite like that one. That's the one I like. Right. Is that gonna? I don't have a decoupler there, do I? No, I do not. I am being silly. We need to put a decoupler there. So let's have a look. Is that one the right one? It seems okay. So we have first stage. Boom de boom. Decouple. Fire that engine. What's its actual delta V in space though? In vacuum. I think that's enough. That's close. It may be enough. What's my launch thing? I could put another fuel tank on, couldn't I? Sorry about that. Cough time. Let's have a look. Oh no, we couldn't. But what we could do is just strap a couple of SRBs on the side because we have now got some attachment things. No, I didn't get them. Damn. Could we put a rocket underneath this? Is that a possibility? How far off my limit am I? Because I'm 20 meters. I've got bags. I've got bags of stuff. So give me a little hammer. Hammer time. Yeah, that's right. Put that at the same stage as you. You give me 200. That's more than enough to get me going. Are you going to give me enough thrust though? Let's have a look. Thrust. That's not great. You know what? Triple hammer time. It's terrible. It's a terrible, terrible design. Oh, I'm going to regret this. I know I am. Why do I not have radial decouplers? I thought I would. Interesting. Right, I suppose I need some sort of error. I don't have a top on. Right, they're coming off straight away. It doesn't really... Oh, and we're over our mass. Right. If nothing else, this is going to get us going. So that's a positive, you know. And then it's going to decouple. Because I have got a decoupler there. Yes, I do. Decouple, that's going to fire. Decouple, that's going to fire. Then we're going to decouple the top section. There we go. Our missions are... Orbit Kerman. Yeah, we're going to do that. Maybe. And the radial parachute. That's going to kill me. Right. Who's going on this mission? Sorry, Jeb. Val goes first. We've got to put her in at harm's way. Now, Val. We can actually now parachute and use that. So I'm actually going to put those on you, I think. Yes, I think we can make orbit with this. I think we can. I'm not sure though. And to help us, because we've got a new invention, it's called a launch clamp. There we go. We'll have a couple of those. They're going to go at the bottom because that's logical for me. They're going to go at the same time as that. Yes, wonderful. This is the caret 4. Continuing out, that's not a caret 4, that's a random number. So 1 before 5 is 4. There we go. Save that. Let us begin. It's another 6 minutes before we launch. That's not great, is it? It's taking a long time to build these craft. I may do a speedy up bit on the next one. So, Val, we need you to do some science in orbit for us, and we need you to do a lot of stuff. So, look at this. How have we got such a big building and such a rubbish launch pad? I mean, seriously. Right. Right, Val. Mission, quite simply, get into orbit. We need to get some respect back from people, because you know what? This has just not gone well. Right, let's do it. Let's hit it. Yeah, that almost went backwards. Well, it could have been worse. Could have actually gone backwards. I suppose we're just getting a tiny little bit of thrust. Just a tiny weeny bit of thrust to get us going. Just get us moving. You know, 20, 30 meters per second free in reality. I'm not sure that's the best design. Should have put bigger things on it or something, I don't know. And then we're that's going to go back down to launch pad. I could actually cost myself an awful lot of funds on this one, couldn't I? Yeah, that's going to... Is it going to... I hope it doesn't. Oh, that... I don't think it did it. I do have... Oh, I bounced. Okay. I do have... facilities that can be destroyed on, so that is a risk I have to remember. Do not just go straight up sea monsters, because if you drop it, you're going to destroy your own launch pad. So we're going for a Yuri Gagarin John Glenn mission. We're going to orbit, and I am having trouble controlling this craft, which is not good. Right, I don't like the fact that we're so far over so soon and that we keep flopping around. We're at full thrust. We've got a lot of fuel on this stage and then not a lot of thrust. So the aim of this stage is pretty much get me to suborbit is what I'm aiming for. I just need to get high enough to then use the next stage. It's got 1,000 delta V on it. That's nice, isn't it? 1,000 delta V, and that's going to keep going up as we get higher in the atmosphere. It's going to get more efficient, that top stage. I should have probably put a bigger tank on it. It'd be better to actually have this smaller. Right, we're up at 30, so I need to get to 70, really, is what I'm looking for with this stage. We'll see if we're going to do it. I think it's going to be potentially okay. We're getting a bit heating. This is not the most efficient of flight paths, I must admit. Probably not the most efficient, and we're going to pop it right over now because we don't want to go too high. And I may actually wait until this dies out, and then we're going to have a look at the flight. There we go. Cut that. So let us have a look. What are we doing? Do I have the delta V for this? And I could use the alarm clock. I could use the alarm clock for this, couldn't I? Right, that is 700. What is this? Why is it saying that it's in red? I have more than enough for this. Oh, node in burn time 55. Why is that red? Why is that red? I have much in the way of delta V. Okay, I'm not sure why that's red. It's sort of suggesting that I do not have the required delta V. That's odd. I have to look at that. Maybe I've got a setting that because I've changed up a few new settings, new version of the game, new settings, all that sort of stuff. Right, we're going to just time warp it up to it a little bit. Right, we can now do a bit faster time warp. So it says the burn time is 36, so I want to start at, 20 seconds before would be nice. So just speed up to it, maybe. Oh, I've got to come back down. Oh, no, I will have enough. I will have enough to do that, I'm sure. I'm sure that's not going to be a problem. Val's not going to get stuck in space, because that would be silly, wouldn't it? Yeah, that would be very silly, Val. Very silly. Now we need to check which of these experiments actually has biome-specific data in it. That's going to be important to us, because we really want to know when we can repeat some of these, particularly pressure and temperature, because we can actually just reset those. And we have orbit. There we go. So we are 11 minutes into the episode and we're in orbit. This is perfect. Yeah, look, Val. Yeah, Val's excited. Yes, Val's excited. It's wonderful. You know the best bit, Val? You get to go outside now. Yeah. You want to do that? I wouldn't. I seriously wouldn't want to do that. Right, so this is... that's in space near. That's not biome specific. That's not biome specific. I've done that one. Let's have a look. So let's actually open another one. So observe it. Is it biome specific? Space near Kerman. Reset it. Right. So we can't do any of those again. So we're going to EVA you. Can you do me an EVA report? Yes, you can. That's 8 science. That is not what we need, but you know, whatever. Can I collect the data? Yes, I'm going to remove the data, and then I'm going to store the experiments there. I'm actually going to take the data from everywhere, because I have a horrible feeling. I've got a horrible feeling that we are going to end up in a situation where this bits are going to burn up, I actually think. So, right, let's just do this EVA again. So this is Kerman's waters. Right. So what we can do is we can float around a bit. What's our battery life like? Let's have a look. Got loads of electric charge. We're not actually using it because I've turned everything off. Well, that's interesting. See, I'm used to playing with life support and stuff that we'd actually drain electric charge, so we've got to keep an eye on that. What have we done? We've tested the decoupler. Oh, I didn't even realise I'd done it. Oh no, that's the previous one, isn't it? Contract, achieved that. Escape the atmosphere, did that. Orbit, we've achieved orbit. We've done that as well. More money. Right, so what we want to do is we're going to time warp a little bit until we get over something. I really want to get over the top of some new biome. It'd be nice if there was a way of just getting the program to stop when you're over a new biome. Pity, I wonder if one of the new... I don't think the alarm clock will do that, but you know, it's worth thinking about. About there. Right, EVA, please. Right, give me some EVA reports. Kerman's grassland. Oh, we'll keep that and we'll store that in there. Right. What about this one? Are we... Oh, superb. We'll store that. Kerman shows is already in the module. Oh. Take data. Store data. Okay. So what about if I do an EVA report now? Kerman's shores. Oh, did I not get it over... I didn't get it over water then. Oh, good. So we can pop that into there. Store. Good. Is that a mountain? That would be nice if that was a mountain. Can I fast forward? Can't go faster than one while they're on a ladder. I'm sure that Val would be fine with that. I mean, she's the first Kerbal in orbit. I mean, you're underestimating her just general abilities here. I don't think that is going to be a thing. So let's just board anyway. So let's have a look. That's our plane. Let us just go along a bit longer. I think that's going to be grassland. Savannah? Did they do Savannah? What are the biomes in Kerbin? I don't know. What about this one? Looks like a nice one. We'll have this one. I don't know if we're above it or not, though, actually. Right. Biome, EVA report. Highlands. Yeah, Highlands. So it's like Scotland. I used to live in Scotland, so that's the thing. Anyway, while we're doing this, while I'm going around, I should really tell you how I got into Kerbal, shouldn't I? I got into Kerbal in a really weird way. I was working in the Middle East. I was working in Kuwait at the time. And I had worked in a university in the UK. And one of my students had got cancer. Yeah. And as part of his rehabilitation type thing, he was basically sat around to, trying to get better. When he was going through he'd had surgery and all sorts of stuff. He'd obviously found Kerbal, and it was very early on. I think it was like version 1. I don't know what. And he posted a picture on Facebook, and I used to use Facebook in those days. I don't really use it anymore. And I saw this picture of something around a planet, and it looked well, not like this. And I was like, oh, what is that? And found out it was Kerbal, and got the demo. And I think actually the demo might have been like 1.14, 1.15, 1.16. No, sorry, 0.14, 0.15, 0.16. And it was when they used to give you an older version of it. And grasslands we've already got. And so I got that, and then I bought it. So I actually have this on the Steam Workshop on the website. I still have a website account, and luckily I get all the DLCs for free. Although now it's finished, I'm not imagining that's going to be common anymore. Right, Val, we're coming back down. That's it. We're done with this orbit thing. So I think we're going to aim for about here. We're going to warp to there, and I think we're going to start our descent profile type thing, and I don't want to come in too steep. So what we'll do is we'll do that, and we're going to position the craft facing retrograde, and then I am going to fire up the engines, and I want to come down to about 30. I think I want to do a nice gradual return. That'll be nice. So about there. That's good. Wonderful. Now we've used all of this. We don't need any of it anymore, so get rid of that. Don't need it. Probably should have reoriented myself just a little bit on that one. What's our electric charge looking like? It's fine, Val, you're fine. So we're just gonna time warp a little bit, and we're gonna do re-entry, and I think it's gonna be a one flight session today actually, which is interesting. Now, what's that? Have we done mountains? We've got highlands. Would that please be a mountain? That would be awesome. That looks like it could be a mountain. And am I going to be in space when I go over it? That's the question. Right, Val. Are we ready? Slow down. Get out. Right, Val. I know this is risky, because we're at Kerbin Shores. Reset. EVA. Kerbin's mountains. Yes! Mountains. Store that. Yeah, we'll have that. Get in there. Well done, Val. Opportunistic to the end. Well, no, not to the end. This isn't the end. Val, this is not the end, obviously, because that would be suggesting that you are going to die, and that you are not going to die. Val, you're not going to... I want to slow this down right now. Slow down. Right, EVA. I'm right on the border or something. Can I get it before? Grasslands. Oh. Ooh, hold on. I can do EVA from upper atmosphere. Hadn't even thought about that. Now, can I actually look at that? What's it say? Overwrite EVA report. So, upper atmosphere, it's not biome specific, so there's no point risking it anywhere else. Okay, so we're going to store that experiment. We're going to board. What about these things? Can I... Kerbin's upper atmosphere. No. Which of... Is this one? Is this one do it? Does this do it? Observe it. No. So I wonder whether it's low down in the atmosphere for these. I think it must have to be low down in the atmosphere for biome specificity, because one of these I'm sure is biome specific. Is it the thermometer? Log that. No. So I wonder whether it's low flight, or whatever it's called, flying. It's not flying low, it's just flying, isn't it? Instead of flying high. I'm sure there's a TV series called that. Anyway. We're coming down, and it would be really nice if, let's see, we've got that, nothing else to worry about too much. Right, now let's have a look at our mission again. So between 10 and 2 and 300 and 400. So I'm going to wait to deploy until we're under 10. And hopefully, because of the angle we're coming in, it's going to be a nice gentle slow down. I'm hoping, given the fact we're actually going significantly faster than we were on our previous returns, I'm hopeful that actually we're going to slow down quite nicely. I'm aiming to get this craft reasonably near the KSP. You know what, if it's in the water before it, I don't really mind. I just like to not put it on the other side of the planet, because then Val has to walk back, because obviously we don't have planes. We don't have any plane technology. And while Kerman is, what, a tenth of the size of Earth with the same gravity, because it's immensely dense, there is the concern that, I want to stick that there actually, because I want to know if when we get low, there is the concern that we won't actually be able to get her back. I mean, magically you do return to where you started. Upper atmosphere. Slow that down a bit. Right, let's have a look. Review data. Reset. So, observe mystery goo. Are we now low down? Right, flying at Kerman. So can I get more data? What data can I get? Kerman's what was... Oh, I can get... That's biome specific. So is that... Aha! So those two are biome specific. That's good to know. Right. We are now... Oh, we're not going fast enough. Oh, you're kidding me. Now we're not going fast enough. Right. We're going to have to launch a special mission for that. So, fire the parachute. Done with that. We're done with that mission. I'm just annoyed by that mission now. We're going to get that. Now, Val, I think you're going to survive this. I think you are going to be the first person to survive an orbital flight. You're going to be the first person to... Kerbal to actually carry out an orbital flight. We're wobbling all over the place there. We could actually decouple one of these parachutes. Just, no, come here. Right. Cut that. That's not at all confusing now that we've got one like that. Come here. Cut that one as well. Don't really need it. Right. Val. You're going to flop down there. Not a problem. Slow down, please. Thank you very much. Below 7 is fine. The water is no longer as dangerous as it used to be. Our heat shield, did we use any of it? We used barely anything. So I could have actually reduced the ablator in that. In fact, you know what? I will in future, because there's no point carrying extra ablator. So, just unlike Yuri Gagarin, we are not going to jump out. I'm tempted to jump out. That would be quite... You know what? I wonder if I can... Can we get an EVA report while we're here? Can we get an EVA report? We can. Well, that's quite a lot. You get EVA reports. That's quite a lot of stuff there. That's interesting. Oof. Val, I risked you there, didn't I? Ooh, that could have gone horribly wrong if we were wobbling. Right. So as we crash down, I will say from this episode, until next time, with Val surviving, hopefully, have a great one. And see you in the next episode.